The Chippendales explain their job as part Shaw, part side. A man review how in their speech reveals a slight more than how may be an underreporting. I sat via the at first part and time of the Las Vegas Shaw and saw naked backsides, imitated sex and a play too odd to explain with a plantain as a prop up. Mainly, although it is a dancing Shaw, sport, elegant man figures down there to do the auditorium since they include the force. For the year of the night, covering about 15 dancing routines and changes of suit, how act to a stereotype woman imagination, builders, firemen and men on motorbikes, female are capable to take part as slight or as lot as they love. Several voluntary to go on phase, several cry of the sidelines, all are emboldened to achieve out and concern the men while they do their shameful mob work. On an ordinary overnight, how lot hands concern thou, I ask Ryan Kelsey, the Chippendales dancing skipper. Unfazed, he says, perhaps sometime in the 40 to 50 band. Our building theater holds a maximal of 350, so though on a comparatively complete overnight we try and go about so all gets the maximal Chippendales expertise. I request, or do you delight how, the moving? I loving he replies. He's not so lot the moving himself, he's the way human beings are possessing entertainment. You go off, they chuckle in their friends. He's more than the joy how is created of it, quite rather than the feeling himself. Let me pausing there for a other to explanation how on land I got to the spot. A pair of weeks ago I interviewee Piers Morgan for the Wireless Times. He was handrail versus the dual standards of the number Me Too motion, the prohibiting of the mesh girls, same new puritanism. Thou should see how female act while they're at the Chippendales Shaw, he said me. Female paw these folks all overnight. I can see a big question downward the link in men, fair receive, really offended and sense, reason is it just on man behavior. It affected a accord and done me interesting, quite, to fall the Chippendales broker a link time on feast in Las Vegas. He coordinated I could interviewing one of his clients to ask if man's stripe dance group thick felt the identical standard of objectivization as female did. All my preconceptions of the brains in the biceps pin are deserted out the box while I encounter Ryan. I speak him I include heard tales of female so ecstatic they include been named to keep sting symbolism in the Chippendales legs, paint bloodstream in their nails downward the spinal. He's really uncommon, but it does occur, he confirms. He's normally not of a location of wickedness or supernatural intention, he's fair type of not knowledge wherever the link is. Is it morbid, I request. A scrape is a scrape, he confirms. Yet I aware wherever I job. I know how though, although how's not very in our rules, how is in the scale of opportunity. If you sense who begin to do it once again, you teach them, thou can concern, but don't he do how. So does he see oneself as possessing the identical job as women strippers? Not, he says. We are at first and primarily a Shaw, and we include no tip at our Shaw, so down there's no dollar. The is essential since no can sense love they are purchase the dance group, singling them of, request for focus, or favors or, eventually, sex. He continues, thou can't impact us. Thou can't tell, oh my god the dame's laden, she's throw out $20, she's throw out hundreds. If you gravitated to how later perhaps who stored up for weeks to get the travel would get neglected. We requested to escape any position love how so we love equity through the chamber. It is a remind how center finance force is to the entire discussion. The number Me Too motion has grown knowledge of the way female include been offended or objectified. Does the identical issue requirement to be requested on men in these type of roles? He has anything but commend for the motion, he feels he understands his own woman friends so lot superior currently. I believe he's a slight various, he says. We are volunteer attending the isn't you departure on your state, receive a coffee or though thought thou re on a pleasant day. Thou re not receive constrained in a angle in yours behind, theoretic or literary, versus the side hard to flee. I select to be involved there, so I believe fair part in how way changes the dynamical. I conduct, do you sense objectified? Not, since I'm part, he replies. Objectivization tool whose reduction you versus yours will, the is not versus my will. I am wonder how he feels on latter job developments, equation 1's prohibiting of the mesh girls. Or the darts go on girls. Which on boxes circle girls in Vegas. He's complex, he acknowledges. Since if any one of such girls was pride to do how, pride to be down there, pride of their flesh, using the cash, mind it was lightweight, and were down there 100% willingly later he's difficult to claim versus it how told, in all these stories upcoming of, things include been incorrect for so length how we might requirement to overcorrect for a time up we discover the medium land. As a entire, females include been spurred behind or objectified so lot times, so frequently, how things how embody the old guardsman might include to fall off for a time. It is pensive, it is tactful, and of which I view, it is truly thick felt.